Okay, I'm back. Now, when we last left off, we'd done a brief tour of the city of Kinos. Lovely city. There's the Tower of the Mages right there. I believe it's called the Tower of the Three. Anyways, let's get started. Going to Antonica. That'll be our first real tour of the realm. Antonica. Look at that lovely orc. Here we are, Antonica. Now, if you look over there in the distance, you can just barely see the guild hall. Hey, look, there's a ship. It's going somewhere. I wonder where. Anyways, this is the Antonica dock. See, it's got a couple of transportation bells. This one is for guild hall. This one is for within Kinos, and this one is for the world itself. Yeah, and then here on the chat box, you see people talking about, well, various forms of idiocy. You get used to that. Okay, let's get going here. To the sky. Yeah, you'll notice my armor is covered with frost. It's because it's Christmas armor. Or, I'm sorry, we don't have Christmas in Norath, we have Frostfell. Frostfell armor. Now, you might wonder what this little sparkly thing is. Well, if you have a... can't remember the name of the item. I think it was an ancient silver coin or something to that effect. You will... It's like playing the lottery. You might get attacked by a monster, or you might get a some form of loot. I cannot remember just how great the loot is or isn't, but whatever. Anyways, this is the lighthouse of Antonica. Cold Wind Point. It's been a while. I might be off on the name, but something to that general effect. A little dungeon, a little mini dungeon there. It's kind of like a test dungeon. Go inside the cellar and fight some pirate type dudes. Yeah. So here we are. Let's fly around and see what there is to see. Well, first off, you have these lovely little towers of transportation, the Griffin Towers. With Griffin Tamers. Oh yes, I'm on a landing zone, except that's not a landing zone, idiot. The landing zone is the outside part.
Well met.
But I want to travel. They all go like this. See, nice little triangle there. It's the Triforce. It's the Triforce. Check it out. Let's go to Oracle Tower. Griffins fly faster than I do, so we'll just watch. Look around as we go. See, we're flying over the bay, I guess. The bay / moat. That's Kinos right there beside me. It's a shame we weren't we weren't doing the... Oh, look, an aqueduct. If we'd been doing this a while ago, you would have seen a huge magical force field over the city, protecting it from the wrath of the dragons who were laying siege to it. Now here we got the Tomb of Varsoon, the old Tomb of Varsoon. Flying around the coast here. Over there's the Keep of the Ardent Needle. Except you can't see it because we're too low. Where is it? There it is, right there. See? Yeah, now you can just barely see it. There it is. Keep of the Ardent Needle. Nice place. This is Oracle Tower. This is where the Sage of Ages hangs out. Let's go pay him a look, a visit. Oh, there's also a heritage quest that you can get behind it. Yes. This poor guy. I call him poor because, well, he's an erudite. Come on. I have an erudite. I do. I just never ever play him because, well, I don't like looking at his face. Although, when you think about it, I don't really have to see his face because I'm behind him. Huh. Maybe I should play him more often. He's a defiler too. Kind of like that murderer we ran into in the last video. Yeah, remember her? I think it was her. The Sage of Ages! What's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Anyways, this is Oracle Tower. It's a pretty pretentious tower considering just how little goes on here. I mean, look at that thing. It's almost vulgar the way it just stands out there like it's some pivotal point in Norath, but there's just a couple people there. Some guards. Whatever. Anyways. Next up, we'll go to the ruins of Kaltorsis. I don't know much about Kaltorsis. I know a little bit of EverQuest 1 lore, but not much. Most of it involves the dragons because dragons are sexy bitches and I love them all. Speaking of dragons, let's go see if the... No, not likely. There's usually a lot of these guys up if he is not. Normally there is... Well, not normally. I should say rarely there is a Dracoda. It's kind of like a... think of it as a demi-dragon. They serve the dragons as slaves and they're not happy about it. But anyways, a Dracoda. It's like a mini wyvern. Or perhaps a drake would be a more accurate term. He hangs out there. He's a raid monster. He likes to ruin new players' day. You can always tell he's up because all of those little basilisks won't be up. And as you get closer, you'll run into him and he will try to claw your face off. Although a lot of this simply isn't true anymore because stats and mechanics have changed so much, and gear too, that unless he has an insane advantage over you, he will tickle you to death. Now, out here in the Windstalker Highlands, you may run into the ghost of Holly Windstalker. Hey, let's bring up tracking and see if she's up. Don't see her. No, don't see her. She's not up. But we can go visit her grave. I gather that she was a very, very, very annoying ranger from EverQuest 1 that people did not like very much. Hey, look, there's that aqueduct. Takes you out to this village, Windstalker Village. And here's her grave. The grave of Holly Windstalker. She's also the lead producer now. That's the persona that person has taken. They decided they're Holly Windstalker. It's like, why would you willingly take that name when players hate her? I don't know. Hey, look, there's a wandering minstrel. Kind of like me. I'm a wandering minstrel. Unlike him, though, I can do cool stuff like... here it is. Rousing celebration. Woohoo! Yeah, now what, buddy? Yeah, you check that out. See how awesome I am? Anyways, this is Windstalker Village. It's just a nice little place of flavor. It just adds flavor. Hey, look! A player! And a merc. That's a Lugian. They're I guess undead werewolves? Spiritual werewolves? I'm not quite sure how that works out, but whatever. They're werewolves. Now over here, you'll see that nice pillar of sparkling love, and then this ruined keep. This is what's it called? Fangbreaker. There used to be an epic encounter here. I don't know if there still is. I haven't seen it in a long time. There's so many epic encounters that have just vanished over the years. Oh, look, a collectible. Let's see what's in it. Scuffed Shard of Evocation. I'm going to leave it here for that other guy who may need it. I don't because it's grayed out. Sometimes I'll take them for my alternates, other times I'll take them for my guildies, and other times I will leave them for other players. This is the Ultaran Spire. This is another form of teleportation network. Takes you to all the places that have a spire. Kylon Plains has one, the Moors has one, the Furot has one, Neck Forest has one, the Comlands, etc., etc., etc. But we're not going to go there yet because we need to go over to those mountains. There's a very important landmark in the mountains that you need to see, and well, while I'm here we might as well swing by the McFibble farm? McDibble, something. I think it's McFibble. I don't remember. McQuibble, there it is. The McQuibble farm. Notice that there's a strange sense of foreboding. Yes, there is a Halloween event. Excuse me, Nights of the Dead event that takes place in this area involving pumpkin pie. Just thought I'd fly over there and let you see that. Wouldn't be much of a tour if I left out important bits like that. Over here we're the Conjurer's Woods. Glade of the Coven. There's a lot of evil conjurers in the area. I don't know exactly what they conjure. They usually just stand around. But, yeah. Got a little too low to the ground there. Alright, we're coming up on this very important landmark. The Tower of Vahalen. Here it is. Excuse my hiccups. Now I got them again. See? Bells of Vahalen. Vahalen. I'm going to give you guys a little tidbit here. Vahalen. Now I want you to think, and he's a bard. V. Halen, the Bard. And there's also the forge of D.L. Roth. Van Halen and David Lee Roth. The old head programmer of EQ2, who was years ago, he got transferred off to EverQuest Next, and EverQuest Next is canceled, so I don't know what he's doing now. But his character's name is Rothgar, kind of like my Lothgar, only with an R. Rothgar? David Lee Roth? Yeah. Van Halen. Yeah, that's right, Van Halen. And since we're in the area, we might as well drop by an epic who is near and dear to my hearts. But before we do, it's in a cave just to my right here, but before we go visit it, we're going to go check out Sayers Outfitters. This little cabin up here, right here on the map. See, it's right ahead of me if I can fly through this rock wall, or I can go over it. Yeah, here we go. This is also called the Kenos Highway. We're on the Kenos Plains, and this is Sayers Outfitters. Yeah, where's Sayer? Oh, he's upstairs. Sigurd Sayer, badass extraordinaire. His mother, or was it his grandmother? Well, his something was supposedly eaten alive by the Windstalker Rumbler. I have my doubts as to the veracity of that tale, and you'll see why. Well, you may see why in a few minutes. Anyways, there's a quest. It's an unmarked quest, but if you manage to find and defeat the Windstalker Rumbler, a monster which terrorizes the plains of Kenos, he'll give you a reward for avenging his poor dear mother / grandmother / whatever she was. It's been so long I don't remember. Anyways, you'll notice these gnolls. Yes, I love me some gnolls. I actually do like gnolls. Gnolls don't like us very much, but it's no surprise why. I mean, dwarf over in the Ardent Needle Keep over there, he's always sending people to steal their brew, because apparently gnoll brew is like the stuff. Speaking of, we're going to pause for a moment while I have a sip of my delicious Arizona green tea. Ah, that's refreshing. Who needs gnoll brew when you can have Arizona tea? Anyways, adventurers are always breaking into the gnoll stronghold and stealing their brew, so no wonder they hate humans. I'd hate humans too. You know, if they just... oh, here he is, the Windstalker Rumbler. Now tell me something. Does that look like it is at all capable of swallowing someone whole? I mean, maybe. If you lay down and let it. Come on. Yeah, check that thing out. It's a ×2 epic encounter. However, it's deceptive. It's not a ×2 encounter at all. Even before the mechanics changed, this gigantic armored tusked ding-dong. Come on, let's be honest. It's a ding-dong, guys. It's a ding-dong. This thing was easily taken out with just a handful of players. 2 groups are not required. Funny story about that. Might as well tell a little story about that. I had a quest to kill that thing back when this game first came out, back in the November of 2004. I camped that son of a bitch for, well, close on to 6 months. That's how long it took them, the fine, upstanding folks at Sony Online Entertainment. They hadn't changed to Daybreak yet. That's how long it took them to add the target of the quest into the game. I'm not bitter. No, I'm pissed off, actually. If you're going to add the quest to the game, add the target of the quest to the game at the same time, okay? Because I really didn't like sitting here for 2 hours a day, every day, for no reason. How do I know it wasn't in the game? Well, one day there was there's a patch. Update notes. The Windstalker Rumbler is now appearing more frequently in Antonica. Yeah, and by more frequently, they meant it actually was in the game now. Yeah, I'm not bitter. Like I said, I'm pissed off. There is a difference between bitter and pissed off. Pissed off is my Shadow Knight goes down to Daybreak's offices and harm touches everyone in the building. Just because she can. You don't want to piss off my Shadow Knight. She's really sweet. Unless you make her mad, then she'll harm touch you in the ass, because that's how she rolls. Anyways, flying over here is the Bramble Woods. Archer Woods is, well, you know what? If I just go up a little, down there is the Scorched Valley. It's a instance zone with all sorts of wonderful shenanigans that you can get yourself into in there. A crafting zone, a couple of raid zones, a heroic zone. Heroic and raid. Well, heroic is for a group. Raid is for 2 or more groups. And on the other side of it, that big tree you see there, that's archers. That's archers' wood. There are archers over there. That's basically where the rangers hang out and shoot at poachers and stuff. Now the bramblewood, you'll see a lot of saber-tooth gnolls and dark-paw gnolls out here. Different tribes of gnolls. Oh look, Darkpaw Fang Lord. How's it going, buddy? You are a whole lot of red going on right there. That's all I'm saying. That's what you call a redcon fight, right there. Anyways, the reason why I took you over here is because of this. This is the Gnoll Stronghold, the Sabertooth Gnoll Stronghold. Black Burrow. Let's go inside. Take a look. We won't do the whole tour of Black Burrow. It's pretty repetitive. Basically, it's just a underground burrow where the gnolls hang out. In case you're wondering, this is not the EverQuest 2 soundtrack. I made a custom soundtrack, and well, I would call out all the songs as I go, but a lot of them were like remixes and stuff that I've downloaded, and I can't really give credit where credit's due because I don't remember. I don't remember who made them. So, hey buddy, if you're the one who made a remix in here, let me know. This, however, is from Ultima 5 Lazarus. Excellent modded game. Well, not really. Well, yeah, it's a mod. It's a mod to Dungeon Siege. It's Ultima 5 Dungeon Siege style with an amazing soundtrack. Go look it up. It's awesome. It's got some very Ultima 5-y music, and it's impressive. And several pieces of that soundtrack made it into my EQ2 soundtrack. Basically, the gnolls are out here mining, having a good old time. Just look at us, balls everywhere. Yeah. Oops, run right into a minecart. This is where the gnolls train themselves to be expert Minecraft players. Don't challenge a gnoll to Minecraft. Just take my word for it. Down there at the bottom, oh, you know what? Let's go take a look at the brewery. It's a pretty famous place after all, since everyone steals the gnoll brew. You just run down here. There's not much more to this place. You'll see like pathways going up here. That just leads to a door that leads outside, the back door, so to speak. Down here, hey look, more collectibles. Snag them while I can. Ooh, a gnoll bone fragment. I do have some alts who can probably, well, no probably about it, they can definitely use them. I'm very big about stockpiling collectibles, and I'm very bad about actually using them after I've stockpiled them, because I save them for my guildies. My guild's not huge by any stretch of the imagination. There's like just a couple of players. Here, let me, oh no, that was just the egg sac. There is a named spider, a queen mother, so to speak, who spawns in here, but that wasn't her. That was the egg sac. Anyways, an old brew is cleverly concealed underwater. Whoosh! Check this out. Gnolls, they know what's up. They know what's up. They know people are going to steal their brew. Brewery guard. I don't know how to tell you this, dude, but this is your lucky day. I'm not here to kill you. Because, yeah, I can destroy this place. Black Burrow Stout. Check this stuff out. I mean, they got a stout. Oh, is that him? Oh, the Sabertooth Champion. Do I need him? I don't know. I don't think I do. I could check really fast, but I'm not going to. You know why? Because I don't. Well, now I know. Anyways, over here is an exit of sorts. Dun-da-da. Back door. However, we don't want to take the back door because we want to go back up to the top and exit through the front door so we can get to the next scheduled stop. Ah, my microphone somehow jabbed me in the face. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. My headset's not the best. It might make little crackly sounds. It's because, well, yeah, I'm wearing this microphone headset around my neck because it's just a microphone, and I'm wearing my earphone headsets as earphones. So my microphone headset is actually more like a microphone collar. However, it's a cheapy one. It was like a little $10 plug into your cordless phone deal. Players! Players! Oh my god, players! I will just give them a quick. Is up. By the way. There. They ran off on me, but I told them, so. I try to be a nice guy. Unfortunately, in MMOs, you're just as likely to run into a screaming asshole as you are a nice guy. And I will admit, sometimes I am an asshole. But usually, it's in retaliation to someone being an asshole to me or someone I know. For example, this one night, I was helping some people kill some quest mobs that they were having trouble with. This was years ago. Dang, Kodiak is after me, L. Okay. With that insightful comment, we'll move on. Anyways, they were trying to do some quests, and the quests were a little bit outside of their level. They needed some help, so I was helping them out. And I had asked in the zone chat if anyone else needed these particular mobs that we were going to kill. I asked because I saw a couple of other low-level players standing there, and there was just enough room in the group that we could all take them out in one big team. And the other team said no, and then just as we were about to start the encounter, they just ran up and stole the encounter out from under us. And I said, okay, you had your chance to be cool. And they're like, what are you going to do about it? And I said, well, watch. And I just proceeded to wipe the area out of every quest mob there was. Yes, it was petty. This is Stormhold, by the way, the former stronghold of the Knights of Thunder. Yeah, the Knights of Thunder. It's got a ring to it, But yeah, I completely ruined their night. I said, nope, you're not getting a single quest update for the rest of the night. This was a long time ago, back when they had 2-hour respawns minimum. Now, this is something I like about EQ2. This right here, this key. That key is important to a quest. There's a quest that sends you to find the key. But anyways, as you can see, this place has somehow fallen into ruin. There's these bell ringers who ring them, and things may or may not happen. There's also some symbols on the ground there. And then we go through here. This is the main hall. Now, I know a lot of people get really confused in Stormhold. They get confused about where they are, or where they need to go, etc. I've never really had that problem. Now, this confuses me, this door. This door has been held shut by an unknown force since 2004. Come on, Daybreak. What's behind the effing door? I really like to know. Alright, so through here, there's just some rooms, nothing important. I'm not going to give you the full tours. Well, I'm going to show you some stuff. You'll notice that the sentries seem to still be around, even though they're dead. Interesting. What happened here, I wonder? The altar's been destroyed. Huh. And there's these life leeches. So we'll go this way, towards the chessboard. Go down here, turn right here, and what do we see? But, behold! What is that? Archeovianix, the Scion of Darkness. I'd actually forgotten his name. Yes, here it is, the Scion of Darkness, also known as the Big Glob. You're the Scion of Darkness? I feel sorry for you, dude, because, well, it's like when Jello goes bad. This is what happens when Jello goes bad. So, for God's sake, people, do not leave your Jello out overnight. Hey, look. Another collectible. See if it's the one I need. Probably not. Wood bone, or troll bone. Oh, I'll take the troll bone. Sure, why not? One of my characters needed that, but I don't know which one. Lord Andrus is a ghost. Look at this place. I wonder what could have happened here. You got that ghostly fire on the torch sconces, although they're not torch sconces, they're like blades. Oh, look at that! My keyboard freaked out. Pretty cool. If you go down this way, you will find, well, just running down this way. Here we go! Oh look, it's the well room, because they have a well inside their keep. And if you were to look down, it's kind of hard to see with the crap there, but you'll notice I can target, yes! Tumaranin, the scion of suffering. Suffering, darkness, and there were four, count them, four little symbols on the floor. Yes, something terrible happened in this place. Something terrible indeed happened in this place. What could it be? Well, someone obviously was meddling with forces beyond their control. I think that's enough for Stormhold for now. You get the idea. It's a fortress. It's got various rooms. There's a map. See, it's big map here. It's got an underground part. Anyways, back to the story at hand. Someone meddled with forces that were beyond their control, and there was a price to be paid. And apparently, the entire fortress paid it. But who? Who was behind it? Well, if I had taken you further in, you would have seen some interesting scrawlings in blood on the wall. It's one of the things I like about EQ2 when it first launched, is they actually had a underlying story beyond just the basic stuff when you went into a zone. It's like, okay, we want to go in here and we need to kill this guy because he's mean and scary. Well, okay, but there's also an underlying story about what really went on behind the scenes. And they were aiming towards a later expansion. This is the Keep of the Gnoll Slayers. But they don't really slay gnolls, they just kind of stand around here and hire me to do it, because they're lazy assholes, let's be honest. Come on, guys. Anyhow, Keep of the Gnoll Slayers. Now, if you go up that path, there's a gate to the Thundering Steps, not the Thundering Steeps as some call them. And this way, back by Blackburrow, there's a waterfall. We're gonna go that way. Oh wait, actually no, we're not. There's also a hidden path to a little Kodiak area in there, the hidden valley. We'll go over here. This guy right here, Recantus. He's part of that underlying story. And if you do his quest, it points you towards another place. And if you do all of the quests in that other place, well, needless to say, they reveal bits and pieces of the lore at a time. Kind of like Dark Souls, but you don't have to speculate as much. This one will flat out tell you what's going on, but only if... I like it better than the way Dark Souls does it. Dark Souls is speculation, pure and simple, and unless and until Miyazaki confirms some of the more esoteric theories, that's all they are. This one, you don't have to wait. If they reward you for looking into the lore. And here's another entrance to the Thundering Steps. But we're not going to go that way either. We're going to go back to where we started, which was the docks. Because from there we can go to wherever the hell we want. And who knows where that will be. I'll decide later. But as I was saying, one thing I really do like about the lore in this one is that it really does reward you. In fact, it was sometime last year. I don't remember exactly when. I went to a zone. I've played the hell out of that zone. And I found a quest. It's not a quest that's found in your journal. It's one of the unmarked quests, but I found a quest that I'd never found before. And once again, it unlocked another part of the puzzle. By now, I'd already put the puzzle together, so it didn't really tell me anything I didn't know, but it was an interesting little tidbit that, well, it's really cool to find that. It's like firing up Dark Souls 3 years later and finding something that no one else has found that actually tells you the truth about Priscilla. Everything else is all speculation. Who is Priscilla? Well, she's a crossbreed. We think she's the daughter of Seath and Guinevere, although I don't know where the hell that even comes from. Nothing about her says Guinevere to me. And everyone's, there's two theories. One is that Seath raped Guinevere. Yeah, sure. And then Gwyn tore his fucking head off. Come on, let's be honest here, people. Or they decided to have a kid. Well, I have a theory about it too. And again, it's just a theory. It's all it is. But it's my theory. in my version of Dark Souls, this is what happened. And it's like, oh, this is cool. I'm not going to talk about it now because there's no point. We're running out of time. I'm coming up on the end of our tour here. These are the I don't remember what these islands are called. Okay, this is the Shepherd's Isle, and then there's another isle somewhere out there. Anyways, there's some gnolls hanging out on the isles. Yeah, here's the isle. Here's the other gnoll isle. What is this one? Dankfur Isle or something like that? Oh no, it didn't. Oh, there. Oh, Castaway Isle. Yeah, there's the Castaway Isle. There's also a wrecked ship under the water somewhere over in this general area. And here we are back at Coldwind Point. Yay! Finishing up the tour of Antonica. That's basically Antonica. Just a quick little tour. Didn't actually take you to every single little place, but there you have it. Antonica. And the Guild Hall. So, once again, this has been fun. I'm Roas de Limbari. Catch y'all on the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching.